Hello, this is Soundout here, and welcome back to another Power Rangers Lightning Collection review. Today we're taking a look at the Dino Charge Red Ranger. This is my third review. I previously reviewed Lord Zed and the SPD Shadow Ranger. So let's take a look at the Dino Charge Red Ranger, the most recent of seasons to be in the Lightning Collection's first wave, and this is a really stellar figure. So, like with Shadow Ranger, I'm looking at the civilian head first because swapping the head can be a little tricky on camera, so I just want to start here and we can move to the Ranger mode. Now this, of course, is a photoreal head of Tyler Navarro based on Dino Charge. Of course, the likeness of actor Brendan Maya. And I gotta say that this is a pretty good likeness. Having met the actor in person, I can pretty much, in recent memory too, this is a very nice head sculpt. It does look like the actor. You get different angles where it looks more like him than others, and overall I think the expression's pretty good. But this is really fantastic. The fact that the line is going this far, this early, it's photoreal, something that Hasbro developed recently, and they've been using in Marvel Legends and Star Wars. Star Wars got it more after Marvel Legends did. Now it's already in Power Rangers, which is fantastic. I think it's one of the biggest selling points of this line. And honestly, I can kind of see myself displaying these Rangers in their civilian heads, as opposed to their Ranger forms after certain points. Definitely cool. So we're going to swap the head because we want to get the Ranger mode on now, which this one is a little tight. Shadow and White Ranger aren't too bad, but this head's a little tight. So overall, articulation, he's got the forward and back neck bend. He's got a ball jointed head, but it doesn't tilt as much as the others. But it does get looking up pretty far. You've also got the shoulders. Now this is great because the shoulder pad on the Figuart and the Band of America figure had to be a separate piece. Hasbro's just sculpted it so it's out of the way, so it doesn't impede the articulation at all, which is wonderful. A bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow as well, which I want to show both joints. You also have the wrist, which this wrist has a heck of a bend. I'm impressed by that. And a rotation. The upper ball joint as well as a ab crunch. Now what's cool is the belt is a separate piece, so if you wanted the belt higher or lower, you have that option. I kind of like to leave it between the joint, but it does look pretty good. The hips and you got thigh swivel, double jointed knee, as well as a boot cuff rotation and a forward and back on a ratchet ankle joint with a tilt. Fantastic articulation, better than most Marvel Legends I know of. Now, the other thing I'm going to point out, I want to do this now, is that the belt, I think, is one of my most favorite parts of this figure because it's really well done. Because while it doesn't have like the little black lines for the Dino Charge emblem, it has it there. It's all painted. It's all its own piece. The back's painted well. I love the, I love the yellow. I love the suit design a whole lot. As well as all the hands have the silver backing. In terms of the actual base Ranger, unlike Shadow Ranger and Zed where they were missing like a little bit of silver paint, he's not missing anything, which is awesome. I'm really happy with that. So he's got all that articulation. Well, what about accessories? Of course, now here's the thing. Unlike Zed and Shadow Ranger, he actually has two weapons. First up, we have the Dino Charge Morpher, which looks really good. I was not expecting every single little intricate detail painted in, but considering Bandai of America couldn't even give us the right color, I mean, theirs were like green instead of yellow, I'm super happy with this. The Figuart is not much more detailed than this. It's a little bit more detailed, but it doesn't open or anything, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't come with any Dino Chargers. Looks really good. And then we have the Saber, which again, correct color on the blade, and some nice silver and black. Now the hands that I have on him are the standard hands for weapon holding. So this one is specifically for the blaster. However, if you want to, you could cram the sword in there. It's designed for the blaster, but you can also use the sword. That's pretty cool. That way you don't have to have extra hands, but it's specifically the blaster because it has an individual trigger finger. So when you get the hand in here, fingers on the trigger, which is awesome. And then over here for the sword, you get the sword here, which it kind of gives it this weird little thing where he's got clearance to hold it all the way that low, but he usually doesn't in the series, so you got that. There is no combined mode of the two weapons, which is a shame, but I kind of feel like that'd be a perfect inclusion for like Dino Charge Purple, because she used the combined one more. And there is no Dino Steel option just because Hasbro doesn't do swappable arms or anything. I can imagine when they want to redo the Dino Charge Rangers later in the line, do the Dino Steel versions then. But pretty cool. Also, to that extent, yes, if you did want him to hold the blaster with the left hand, which I don't think ever happened, it is possible to cram that in there. It doesn't fit as well, but if you want that, you have that option. Other hands include, again, double pull on that. Other hands include an open palm hand, which, ooh, be careful, folks. I just kind of warped that a little bit. It's good. It's good. It's actually a softer plastic, so that's fine. So if you want this, you can have him like, for example, I've actually had him pose like this, spinning the actual barrel of the blaster for the final attack, and that looks pretty awesome because that's something the figure art couldn't pull off, which is actually being able to spin the barrel like that. So that's pretty much the explicit purpose of that hand. And then the other one is just a fist. So he's got a fist. I like how it's not just 2 fists and then 2 weapon hands, but it's this mix and match kind of thing of you get some different things for different poses. It all fits according to each ranger, which is awesome. And if they make other Dino Charge Rangers down the line, you can also get, extra hands that way since they all have the same hand design. Now the last thing here is this effect piece, which I'm not a super huge fan of. It's gigantic. Like, this is a huge effect because it goes over the sword, but you can kind of have them have this lightning effect. Again, I think for Dino Charge, I would have liked like a glowing blade effect or something. The lightning just doesn't seem right because Dino Charge Gold, his thing was lightning. Dino Charge Red, not as much. But I guess, again, Lightning Collection because they have lightning effects. So I don't think this one works as well as Shadow Rangers. It's a nice inclusion. I'm just going to leave it off. But overall, I gotta say, I'm super impressed by Dino Charge Red here. He's got all the same great qualities that the other Rangers do. And overall, he's got like the more modern design, so he's got more weapons, he's got more flair to him. And I'm happy to see that we're not just sticking to like Mighty Morphin and SPD or something like that. Like we're getting like, we have, 3 different seasons represented in this wave, and that's pretty awesome. So overall, highly recommended. He is packed 2 per case in the first wave, retails for $19.99. Check your Walmarts, check your Targets after May 1st. Check your online retailers. I recommend Hasbro Pulse. I did get mine from Amazon though. And yeah, overall, fantastic figure and really no complaints. I think the line's off to a great start here. We have one more figure of Wave 1 to look at. That'll be the Mighty Morphin White Ranger, which we'll take a look at next time. So be sure to hit subscribe and the notification bell so you don't miss out. Also check out the playlist at the end of the video in case you missed the Lord Zed or Shadow Ranger reviews. And also stay tuned for future Power Rangers videos as I have some more top 5s and other things coming up in the future. And also check out Hero Club at hero-club.com for all your Power Rangers news and more. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Soundout12 for video updates and fun pictures. Until next time, this is Soundout saying goodbye.